Caitlin Clark, you choked tonight. It's just that simple. There's no two ways to go about it. I don't want to hear all the other excuses that everybody in the congregation wants to make. Caitlin Clark choked her ass off not once, but twice. And the Fever paid for it, losing a heartbreaker 86-84 to the Las Vegas Aces. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everybody, to Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe, leave your comments. I appreciate y'all jumping on board. We had a very loud live tonight. A lot of people came through, over 400 at one point. We're in the building. And I went off. And I'm going to go off again on this one because I had time to sit down and decompress a little bit. It's now almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. And I got a little bit more to say about this. So that's why I'm doing another video on here. For those that missed the live, go ahead and check it out. It's about 2 hours long, something like that. 2 hours and change, around there. But Caitlin Clark, man, this is one of those days where you have to remember that being judicious with the ball is actually more helpful than trying to be a superwoman. And many times she's able to get away with some of the mistakes and the turnovers that she commits because she does so many things that are so great. Tonight wasn't that day. Tonight, the turnover pill took over. And it hurt bad. The Fever led by 20, 42-22, with like 4 minutes to go in the first half. And then Caitlin Clark turned the ball over 3 straight times. They missed some bad shots, took some bad shots, and she had 3 turnovers. And all of her turnovers led to points. Jackie Young went crazy. Eventually she calmed down, but her run at the end of the second was massive. 15 was it a 15-2 run? No, it was a 15. No, it was a 15-0 run to close the quarter. It was 42-20, 42-22, and they closed the half at 42-37. And 7 of those 15 points came off of Caitlin Clark turnovers. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. And I know that every Caitlin Clark fan and don't know what the word is I'm thinking of right now. I know that every Caitlin Clark fan or a lot of Caitlin Clark fans will make excuses and say, oh, well, this person missed that shot, or this person missed that shot, or this person dropped the ball, this person dropped the ball. Listen here. When Patrick Mahomes throws a ball to a running back like a BB, it's not the same thing as throwing a BB to a wide receiver. Wide receivers are supposed to catch the ball. Running backs don't catch the ball the same way. So you can't throw the ball the same way to a wide receiver or running back as you would to a wide receiver. You have to know who you're passing the ball to. Aaliyah Boston catches balls that Michaela Timpson will never catch. It's a fact. So passes that Caitlin Clark can make to Aaliyah Boston, she cannot make to Michaela Timpson. So trying to thread something through the hole that actually was a really good pass and it hits her in the hands, but she loses it. Well, it happened because she can't catch to begin with. So that's a turnover on Caitlin Clark. Whether people understand that or not, you have to make the easy play, not the hard play. Make the easy play. The easy play works. When you're up 20, the easy play is the way to go. Here's the crazy part. They were up 20. I turned around. I walked to the other room for 2 minutes. I come back. It's a 9-point game. What the hell happened? Then I'm going to go back and look. I'm like, oh, she's just giving the ball away. Just giving the ball away. And it's like she made it happen, and then she giveth. She giveth, and then she taketh, and then she giveth. Like, bro, you got to be better than that. Third quarter, they stink. 9 points. Caitlin Clark had 8 assists at halftime. Threading the needle, making some great passes, but then also making some bad ones. Making some bad ones too. Which is why that lead disintegrated really fast. She only committed 2 turnovers in the second half, and she had 0 assists in the second half. Blame people for missing layups. They do all the time. This is the WNBA. The constant excuse, oh, they missed the layup. They missed that. It happens to every point guard in the league. Players miss shots. It's that simple. You don't have to like what I'm saying, but what I'm telling you is a fact. You can go listen to other podcasts, and they will blame Stephanie White. They will blame Aaliyah Boston. They'll blame Kelsey Mitchell. And everybody has some level of culpability. Hell, Lexi Hall. But Caitlin Clark is the best player on the team. You can't walk around saying she's the best player, she's the best player, she's the best player, and when they lose, oh, it's a team loss. But when they win, she won the game. See, that's where you lose me. You lose me. Because I'm reading comments all up and down Facebook right now and Instagram and on X and, oh, it's a team game. Oh, really? Were you saying that when Caitlin Clark goes for 45 and 10? No, you weren't. You said Caitlin Clark won the game. Were you saying that when Caitlin Clark hit the game winner against the Washington Mystics? Oh, no, you weren't. You said Caitlin Clark won the game. And in fact, tonight, Caitlin Clark in the fourth quarter was about to win them the game. Because through three, she was really bad. Really bad. Bad. And then in the fourth quarter, she has a steal for a fast break layup. She hits two crazy threes. My new nickname for Caitlin Clark is Psycho C because she doesn't give a fuck. She will take any shot and not think twice about it. 0 for 6. We have a 2-point game. I'm going to jack this 30-footer. I was like, oh my God, please don't. She does. Bang. Shut me up. Comes back down the court again. Bang. Shut me up again. She gives no fucks. Now, then that came back to bite her in the ass. Because they're up 2 points. She has the ball, and she has Jewel Lloyd on her back hip. And instead of attacking the rim for a wide open lane to the rim, because it was wide open to the rim, or at least going midway, step and pulling up for a 15-footer, a short midi, or drawing a foul on Jewel Lloyd, she does a step back three. Way off, no balance, misses. Now, is that why they lost? No, that's not why they lost, but it was a bad decision. Bad decisions come back and bite you in the ass, whether or not they are catastrophic in nature. They can bite you in the ass. That decision bit the Indiana Fever in the ass. Because if she goes to the rim and gets a layup, it's 74-70, I think it was at the time. Game would have been probably over. Instead, she misses. And we go to the final situation in which it's a 74-72 game. They foul Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell. She misses. She makes one. She misses the second. Indiana gets the ball back. Caitlin Clark gets fouled. There's 4.8 seconds to go. All Caitlin Clark has to do is knock down one. And she chokes her fucking ass off. Bluntly. That was a choke job. She was accountable about everything that happened after the game because she always is. But at the same time, accountability can only take you so far. Because you have to fix what you keep doing wrong. And she has a real big problem of fixing what she keeps doing wrong. You might get away with that shit versus Toronto. You might get away with that shit versus Seattle. You're not getting away with that against Las Vegas. No, no, no. And this loss was devastating. So she misses both of those free throws. And of course, as expected, the Aces hit a three. Chelsea Gray drains a three to send the game to overtime. Now, I will include Kelsey Mitchell makes the free throw. We don't have a Caitlin Clark free throws. But you know what? That's a cop-out. Kelsey Mitchell did miss layups throughout the game. But again, cop-out. If Caitlin Clark makes one free throw, the Fever win that game. One. A 90% free throw shooter making one free throw. Or 85, 86%, whatever. One free throw. It's choke. That's what it's defined as, a choke. And then on that final possession, Stephanie White goes back to that defense-offensive crap, which is unnecessary because Lexi Hull's a terrible defensive player. If you think Caitlin Clark's a terrible one, I think Lexi Hull's worse. Lexi Hull off the ball. Lexi Hull is clueless off the ball. She has no idea how to guard off the ball. She literally face guards Jackie Young to the point where she never sees the ball inbounded. She never sees Aaliyah Boston knock the ball away. That if Lexi Hall is simply looking at the ball, she gets a steal, gets fouled, and maybe she makes one of 2 free throws. But there's like 1 second left at that point. So the game's probably over. Instead, Lexi Hall stands there, keeps looking at one Jackie Young. The ball bounces over her head into Jackie Young's hands, who gets it over to Gray for the 3, and they tie the game. This is what happened. I'm not making it up. At worst, Lexi Hall probably should have just grabbed Jackie Young and made her shoot 2 free throws. It would have been better. It would have been better than the result. But I can also believe this, that if Caitlin Clark was on the floor in that position, in that situation, Caitlin Clark gets that ball, because Caitlin Clark's always looking at the ball. She understands basketball. She understands ball man, whereas Lexi Hull's doing man, ball's over here, man, back to the ball. You never turn your back to the ball. Ever. And then we go to overtime. And the Fever have an 84-83 lead. Caitlin Clark hits a layup, gives them a lead. Kelsey Mitchell comes back, hits a layup, gives them another lead. And they have the lead. And then you got this. You have this play right here, where people want to sit here and tell me that, oh boy, Caitlin Clark, what are you doing? What in the hell is Caitlin Clark doing right here? She has a one-on-one with A'ja Wilson. And yes, in theory, she has to take a shot to not have a 24-second violation. But I would tell you this. I would submit to you this. A 24-second violation here would have been a better ending than what actually happened. Because right here, you got everything you want. Everything you can possibly want, you got right here on this play. You got a one-on-one with Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson, and Caitlin Clark took a shit down her own leg. She fucking choked again. Because this is a blow-by play. People were arguing in my live, bring a screen up. No, you don't bring a screen up. Why don't you bring a screen up? Because all you're doing is switching her back onto a guard. You don't bring a screen up because there's a mismatch. You do not bring the screen, because look where the screen is. You got yourself on one side right here. That's Michaela Timpson. Jewel Lloyd is the one guarding Caitlin Clark. If you bring her to screen, well, guess what? Now you give her back to Jewel Lloyd. That's what they want, really. And they're not bringing... Aaliyah Boston should have been crashing towards the rim. But the reality is, you get this play right here, you run this clock down, and then you should be attacking. In fact, after the game, Stephanie White, who's always doesn't account for anything on herself, is never accountable, she says, I should have called timeout right here when I saw we weren't going anywhere. And I would say on this one, I think you're wrong, Stephanie. You don't call timeout here. The reason you don't call timeout right here is because this is the exact matchup you want. You want your star point guard going one-on-one with a 6'4" center. She blows by guards all the time. For people that say she's too slow, she blows by guards all the time. All the time. Why can't she blow by A'ja Wilson? Please. She does it all the time, the guards. She did it in this game, the guards. But we're going to sit here and say, oh, she can't blow by a 6'4" slow-footed center? Stop it. Come on, man. You just have to go a little bit earlier. You can't wait around. Because what's going to happen if you blow by, when you get by, they're going to crash down, and there's going to be a dump off to Aaliyah Boston for a layup, more than likely. But we never found that out because Caitlin Clark took a shit down her own leg. And instead of blowing by, she does this. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Fine, no problem. This is fine. All this is fine. Run it down. Right here, you got to go. Right here, that's a dribble. You're going first of all, what are you going to do right here? You got Michaela Timpson in the corner. And those people that said that she was double teamed and trapped, no, she wasn't. This is a one-on-one. A'ja Wilson took her cookies. A'ja Wilson took her cookies tonight in this play. Kelsey Mitchell, the only other matchup that you would say is a better matchup for this play than Caitlin Clark would be Kelsey Mitchell one-on-one with Asia Wilson. Because you know Kelsey Mitchell wouldn't think twice. She'd go. That's who she is. She's also probably the quickest first step in the WNBA. But you get this. Dribble right here. Right here. What are you backing up for? See, right there. See, right here when she does this, my expectation, you go right, you cross over left and go right down the middle. And you know what then happens? They collapse on you. Michaela Timpson beelines to the rim, and you have a layup. Or you go Caitlin all the way to the rim, and she hits a shot, or she gets fouled. And even if she misses, there's going to be like 4 seconds left. They had timeouts. I believe I see in the bottom. They had timeouts. But they didn't call timeout on the steal. However, half-court defense is different than fast break defense. When you're set, it's easier to defend than when you're in motion in a fast break. And right here, instead of crossing over and going left right down the middle, she kind of steps back as if she's going to take a step back three, which would have been a fucking terrible shot, even though the end result was worse. And that would have actually been a better decision than the one she made. Because now she's stuck. And again, now I don't know what she's doing, and there's no one moving, realistically. And then she fucking freaked out. Maybe right here is where Stephanie White needs to call timeout. Maybe right there. But top of the key? No. You don't make that call right there. You make it here if you're going to call timeout. And you want to know who else could have called timeout? Caitlin Clark could have called timeout. And she didn't. She took a shit down her own leg. She choked. That pass, I don't even know what she's thinking about. And then there are people who are in comments saying she got fouled on this. Are you out of your mind? Look at the play again. What are you talking about? She throws a weak-ass looking pass. It gets hit by Wilson. There's nothing here. Oh, she got shoved over? Oh, give me a break. That's a loose ball. How about not flopping on the ground right there, Caitlin? That's not the time to flop. You weren't going to get that ball. She's 6'4", you're 6 foot. You weren't going to outleap her. People might want to say that I'm picking on Caitlin Clark right now. No, I am not. You guys like to have the glaze sessions all day. I'm not that dude. You want the Glazers? Go watch somebody else. I keep it real. As much credit as I will give her when she wins a game, I will give her the same blame when she loses one. And tonight, she lost this shit. Twice. And now all the fucking haters will have the ammunition to attack her. And then you'll say, well, you're doing a video attacking her. No, I'm keeping it real. Because last night, Paige Beckers was worse than Caitlin Clark, and I fucking obliterated her. I obliterated her. Live. I obliterated her in a short on Facebook too. On Instagram, on TikTok. She sucked. And none of the people call it out because they all love her. But right here, you got to keep it real, man, because that's what makes you different. Being objective, not a subjective viewer that will sit in here and make excuses. That is not a foul on Asia Wilson. Stop it. And here you go, laying on the ground. You have a break. Why are you flopping to the ground, man? Give me a break, man. And here you got Chelsea Gray. She finds Jackie Young sprinting. At least, you got Sophie running back, sprinting back. Aaliyah's running. Michaela Timpson's kind of jogging. Look at Michaela Timpson jogging. Look at Timpson. Jogging. She's tiptoeing. Can you run faster than that? And right here, turn around. Aaliyah Boston, what the hell is she doing? Do you not know the clock? There's 3.5 right here. You already know right here that Chelsea Gray's going to shoot. You know she's not dribble driving this thing. You know she's not. Why are you dropping off of her? Like, you dropping off of her. She literally stepped back. She catches here at 2.9. You think she's going to the rim? You think she's dumping it to somebody else? Chelsea Gray's a savage in these situations. She loves these shots. She hit the shot. She hit this same shot right before in regulation to send it to overtime. She never is afraid of these moments. She's not dribble driving. She's lock and loading that shit right in Aaliyah Boston's face. And Aaliyah Boston hesitates. What are you doing? You got to get up in her grill. You got to trust that Kelsey Mitchell's going to hopefully run behind you and be help. You got to hope because she doesn't have enough time here to dribble drive and then dump off. Her best chance is dribble drive and dump off to Jackie Young, but then that's a tougher shot. And Aaliyah Boston gets lit, and there's your ball game. It is what it is, man. Listen, it happens to the best players in the world. The best players in the world, every great player has choked at some time or another. A'ja Wilson was complete garbage for the first 35 minutes of this game. And then what did the Aces do with A'ja Wilson? They literally ran pick and roll with her the entire fourth quarter and overtime, largely overtime. And Aaliyah Boston got completely cooked. Is it a team loss? Absolutely. For sure. That's what people want to say. When in reality, you don't get to have the credit when you win, but be absolved of the blame when you lose. When you win, when Caitlyn wins, all her fan base wants to give her all the credit. But when she loses like she did tonight, and in the way that she lost tonight, they want to say, oh, it's a team loss. No, you don't get that. This isn't Burger King. You don't get to have it your way. You own that shit. She did. She was accountable. Aaliyah Boston wasn't accountable for getting smacked on the glass all game. The Aces took 19 more shots than Indiana because they outworked Indiana all pretty much from the middle to end of the second quarter through the rest of the game. They outworked them. Like there were so many multiple shot possessions in this game for Vegas. 19 more shots. Even with all the turnovers. Vegas committed 16 turnovers. Indiana had 21. The difference in this thing was rebounding, really. It was rebounding and Caitlyn's turnovers more than anything. More than anything. Because Caitlyn's turnovers, I know, led to points. And missing 2 free throws. She is the star. She is the head of the snake. She is the face of the league. You cannot ask to be the face of the league and then not want the blame when you lose. And that's something that a lot of Caitlin Clark fans have to start accepting. That's part of reality. You can't ask to be the star and then say it's not her fault when she shoots 7 of 20 and commits 8 turnovers. Misses 2 free throws with 4.8 seconds to go and turns the ball over, leading to the game-losing shot. That's all I got. Y'all can do what y'all do. People ain't going to like it. It is what it is. What I hope for the Indiana Fever is that this loss does not metastasize. It does not turn into another loss. They have to throw this game away, watch film, learn, throw it away, and get ready for Chicago on Saturday. Because they cannot have this turn into another loss. Because this is devastating. They went from being a 4 seed to a 6 seed like that. They could have been 1 game behind Vegas with a 3-0 head-to-head and have the tiebreaker if they finished tied. And now they're 3 games behind Vegas. They still have the tiebreaker, but 3 is not 1. That's all I got. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell, man. Appreciate everyone jumped on board live. Thank y'all so much for all the super chats. It was wonderful. But, man, Caitlin Clark, you got to do better, man. Accountability is one thing. Start fixing this shit. Start fixing it. Because you're not going to beat good teams with fucking awful ball handling like that and mismanagement and being so non-judicious with the basketball. You cannot be loose with the ball. That's all I got. Have a good one, man. Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.